Today's news is: in a significant escalation of hostilities, Russian forces launched a massive missile and drone attack on Ukrainian energy and gas infrastructure overnight, marking the first large-scale assault since the United States paused intelligence sharing and military aid to Ukraine. The attack, which involved 67 missiles and 194 drones, targeted regions across Ukraine, from Kharkiv in the northeast to Ternopil in the west, causing extensive damage to critical energy facilities and injuring at least 10 people, including a child. Ukrainian air defenses managed to intercept 34 missiles and 100 drones, but the strike still inflicted severe damage, further straining Ukraine's already fragile energy grid. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the attack, calling it energy terror, and urging the international community to pressure Russia to halt such assaults. The first steps to establishing real peace should be forcing the sole source of this war, Russia, to stop such attacks, Zelensky said in a statement on Telegram. He also reiterated Ukraine's readiness to negotiate a truce covering air and sea, though not ground troops, an idea initially proposed by France. This proposal aims to reduce civilian casualties and infrastructure damage while allowing Ukraine to maintain its defensive positions on the front lines. The attack comes amid a deepening crisis in Ukraine's relations with the United States, its most important ally, following a tense exchange between Zelensky and President Donald Trump last week. Trump, who has been critical of Zelensky and has pivoted toward Moscow, accused the Ukrainian leader of being an obstacle to his vision for peace. In response, Zelensky expressed regret over the diplomatic fallout and reaffirmed Ukraine's willingness to negotiate under Trump's leadership. Ukraine is ready to pursue the path to peace, and it is Ukraine that strives for peace from the very first second of this war, he said. Efforts to repair the strained relationship are underway, with Zelensky scheduled to meet Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Saudi Arabia next week, ahead of talks between US and Ukrainian officials. Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, confirmed that discussions are ongoing to establish a peace agreement framework, though significant differences remain between Kyiv and Washington. While Ukraine seeks robust security guarantees, the US has focused on a potential critical minerals agreement as a basis for cooperation. This divergence highlights the challenges of aligning Ukraine's immediate security needs with the broader geopolitical interests of the United States. On the battlefield, Ukraine faces mounting pressure as Russian forces advance in the eastern Donetsk region and intensify attacks in the Kursk region. The pause in US military aid and intelligence sharing has further strained Ukraine's defenses, leaving it vulnerable to large-scale attacks like the one on Friday. Military analysts warn that the lack of advanced missiles and reduced intelligence capabilities could undermine Ukraine's ability to defend its critical infrastructure. The suspension of US support has also raised concerns about the sustainability of Ukraine's war effort, particularly as it struggles to replenish its dwindling stockpiles of ammunition and equipment. Russia's targeting of Ukraine's energy sector has been a consistent strategy throughout the war, with this year's attacks increasingly focused on natural gas infrastructure. The latest assault damaged production facilities, forcing Ukraine's largest private energy company, DTEK, to halt gas production in the Poltava region. Naftogaz, the state energy company, also reported damage to gas production facilities, but confirmed there were no casualties. The attack underscores the ongoing humanitarian and economic toll of the war, with millions of Ukrainians facing energy shortages and blackouts. The attack also highlights the challenges Kyiv faces in maintaining Western support amid shifting geopolitical dynamics. The pause in US aid has raised questions about the future of Ukraine's relationship with its most important ally, particularly as Trump seeks to reorient US foreign policy toward a more conciliatory approach with Russia. This shift has left Ukraine in a precarious position, as it relies heavily on Western support to sustain its war effort and rebuild its economy. In addition to the immediate military and economic challenges, the attack has significant implications for Ukraine's long-term recovery and reconstruction. The damage to energy infrastructure will require substantial investment and time to repair, further straining Ukraine's already limited resources. The attack also underscores the need for a coordinated international response to address the humanitarian crisis and support Ukraine's efforts to rebuild its economy and infrastructure. As Ukraine struggles to defend its territory and infrastructure, the international community's response to Russia's aggression will be critical in determining the course of the conflict. The attack serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of the war on civilians and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution. It also highlights the importance of maintaining international solidarity and support for Ukraine as it continues to resist Russian aggression. The attack has drawn widespread condemnation from Western leaders who have called for increased support for Ukraine and stronger sanctions against Russia. European Union officials have pledged to expedite the delivery of military aid and humanitarian assistance, while NATO has reaffirmed its commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. However, the pause in US aid has raised concerns about the unity and effectiveness of the international response. In the face of these challenges, Ukraine remains resolute in its determination to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Zelensky's call for a truce and his willingness to negotiate under Trump's leadership reflect Ukraine's commitment to finding a peaceful resolution to the conflict. However, the path to peace remains fraught with challenges as Russia continues to escalate its attacks and the international community grapples with the complexities of the conflict. The attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of the war on civilians and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution. It also underscores the importance of maintaining international solidarity and support for Ukraine as it continues to resist Russian aggression. As the conflict enters its third year, the international community must remain steadfast in its commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, while also working to address the humanitarian and economic consequences of the war. Thanks for watching.